everyone. Sorry again. Thank you for tuning in and joining our workshop on mastering your digital footprint on LinkedIn. This presentation aims to help you understand the basics and best positioning yourself at building a powerful professional brand. So if you're uncertain about optimizing your profile, sharing content, expanding your network, or effectively engaging with connections, this session will serve as a valuable refresher on best practices. So, hi, my name is Rim, and I'm a professional with over 10 years of experience in recruitment and staffing. I'm currently a director of search here at Adecco. And my goal, if you wonder what my role is to support companies in finding talent for their open roles and connecting top talent like you to the best opportunities in the Quebec region. My journey on LinkedIn began approximately 8 years ago, during which time I've witnessed substantial growth in my following. Today, I have over 21,000 followers, meaning individuals connected with me who have access to view my posts and updates. A bit over 8,000 profile views this year so far, meaning people who have clicked on my profile and visited my personal page to learn more about me. And so far this year, over 615,000 impressions on my post, meaning how many individuals were exposed to my post. My experience and strategic use of LinkedIn have made me a valuable resource in the field of talent acquisition, contributing to my success in matching skilled individuals with the right opportunities. It has also been an amazing tool to help me land on my next gig because I don't know if you know this, but I was laid off at some point in my career, and LinkedIn was a tremendous help to help me find my next opportunity. And today it serves as an incredible tool to support me with growing my client database and my candidate pool. And so, if you wonder what led me to this point, how were you able to get so many traction on your following and how many impressions? Well, today I'll be sharing best practices to help you build your digital footprint on LinkedIn. But in essence, to answer this question, it all boils down to consistency, cultivating a personal brand, actively engaging with your network, and consistently sharing valuable content. LinkedIn is definitely a game changer, and building your digital footprint can help you find a job, can help you in your day to day, can help you grow your network, and help you connect with individuals that can support your business growth and your professional journey. Let's dig in, shall we? Let's look at what we're going to be talking about today. All right. So what we're going to be talking about is some LinkedIn stats. So we'll delve into one compelling LinkedIn stats to underline the significance of establishing a presence on the platform. We'll talk about the significance of LinkedIn. Why does it matter? What does it matter? We'll explore why LinkedIn holds such an important place in the professional world. Profile optimization will cover the essentials of profile optimization, including a selective profile picture, an impactful headline, and choosing a suitable background image. Content strategy will guide you on what type of content to post, the best time for posting, and how to create engaging content while also effectively interacting with it. We'll talk about network expansion. How can you build and expand your professional network on LinkedIn? We're going to talk about engaging with connections, discovering ways to actively engage with your connection and foster meaningful professional relationships. And we'll also talk into recommendation and endorsement. You're going to learn the art of giving and requesting recommendations and endorsements on LinkedIn. All right, why does LinkedIn matter? LinkedIn boasts a global membership exceeding 875 million individuals across 200 countries and regions, rendering it the perfect platform for establishing international connections and expanding your brand's presence. So, to put that number in context, when you think about Instagram currently has over 1.4 billion users, and Facebook has almost 3 billion. So LinkedIn may not be the largest of the social networks, but with a specific business focus, it's an audience worth paying attention to. Definitely a place where you want to be and you want to grow. So we're going to talk about on the next slide why LinkedIn matters as well. So LinkedIn serves as an excellent tool for networking, job searching, building a professional brand, and sharing knowledge. So when we think about networking, um, as mentioned before, there's about 875 million members in more than 200 countries and territories worldwide. LinkedIn is a powerful platform for networking with professionals across the globe. It allows you to connect with colleagues, classmates, industry peers, and potential employers or clients. So, building a vast network can open doors to new opportunities, partnerships, and collaborations. Job search. Job search. You know that many organizations use LinkedIn as a primary tool for recruitment? So, by creating a detailed profile highlighting your background and experience, it's just making it easier for recruiters to find you and approach you. Professional branding. LinkedIn provides a platform to create and showcase your professional brand. You can craft a compelling profile. You can share your achievements, your expertise, your career milestone, anything that you're proud to do and that you're proud of. It's an opportunity to establish yourself as a thought leader in your industry. It's really your page, your opportunity to be exactly who you want. And knowledge sharing. It allows you to share articles, blog posts, and updates related to your field of expertise. Sharing valuable insights and knowledge can help you gain recognition and credibility among your connections. So, we're going to go over best practices together on each of these points. Why LinkedIn matters is also a valuable resource for research on companies, industries, and professional. You can follow companies and industry influencers to stay updated on trends and developments. Additionally, LinkedIn Learning offer courses on a wide range of topics to enhance your skills. Visibility and exposure. Having an active LinkedIn presence can increase your online visibility. It's common for employers, clients, and partners to search for individuals online. So, a well maintained LinkedIn profile often ranks high in search engine results, making it easier for others to find and connect with you. Recommendation and endorsements. It allows colleagues, connections to provide recommendations and endorsements for your skills and work. So these endorsements serve as a social proof of your abilities and can positively influence your professional reputation. And business opportunities. For entrepreneurs and business professionals just like yourself, LinkedIn can be a source of business opportunities. You can find potential clients, partners, investors, and collaborators through the platform. Again, we're going to go over best practices on each of these points. And finally, LinkedIn matters because there's numerous industry specific groups and communities where professionals like you can share insights, seek advice, and engage in discussions. Joining these groups can help you stay informed and connected. Personal growth. Engaging with LinkedIn content, such as articles and posts from industry leaders, can provide valuable insights and inspiration for personal and professional growth. And finally, a really fun tool, I don't know if you knew about this, but it's data and analytics. So on your profile, you have an ability to go and check with people that are engaging with your background, where they're from, who they are, how much impressions that you were able to generate. It really offers analytical tools that allow you to track the performance of your profile and content. And that data can help you refine your strategies and measure the impact of your online presence. Remember what I've showed you in the beginning of the presentation when I was presenting myself, where those are analytics that were provided to me by LinkedIn. And you can even find out who's looking at you, as I said, their role, the size of the company they work for. So it's a wonderful tool if you're really into data. Now we're going to talk about, on the next slide, your profile optimization. The very first thing you have to do to optimize your profile. Number one rule, upload a picture. Imagine that you're trying to sell your house or you're buying a house. You want to have pictures, right? So when it comes to connecting with professionals, a picture is just common sense. It's like an instant icebreaker. I'm going to tell you why it's also important on LinkedIn. Profiles with profile pictures are more likely to appear in search results and receive a higher visibility on LinkedIn. When people are searching for connections or potential candidates, they're more likely to click on profiles with photos, increasing the chances of engagement. Your profile picture is also a key component of your personal brand on LinkedIn. It should align with your professional image and the message that you want to convey to your network. And LinkedIn's algorithm may prioritize profiles with profile pictures because they tend to generate more user engagement. This means that your profile is more likely to be recommended to others and appear in their feeds if you have a photo. And if you wonder, what does a good photo look like? Well, here are some rule of thumbs when uploading a profile picture. You have to select an image that closely resembles your appearance as much as possible. You have to opt for a high quality, high resolution picture. You have to ensure that your face occupies a minimum of 60% of the frame. You should be the sole individual featured in the photo. I'm seeing some pictures here and there with people, including other people in the picture. It's best that you're the only one on the picture. And you want to capture the desired facial expression effectively. Generally speaking, smiling is the recommendation go to. And the reason why is because it does increase the likability of your profile and it just naturally makes people want to engage with you. So, as you can see here on the slide, those are good profile pictures to take as an example if you're trying to upload yours. On the next slide, we're going to talk about headline. So, headline is a concise statement that represents your professional identity and that can include key facts about your expertise, your skills, and your achievements. Remember, your LinkedIn headline is what grabs people's attention when they come across your profile during their research or when you post and engage. Therefore, it's crucial to put careful thought into it. Think about what message you want to convey to others when they discover your profile. A lot of LinkedIn users consider crafting a compelling LinkedIn headline that involves their role and the problems that they solve. As you can see on this slide, these are great examples of what compelling LinkedIn headline look like for you to get inspired with. So I have a little trick here. If you're actively seeking new opportunities, don't hesitate first to add the open to work badge and use a headline that highlights the role that you're pursuing or showcases your expertise in the field. For instance, let's say that you're a sales manager or a sales professional. You could maybe write something like proven sales manager with a history of surpassing sales targets by 110%, actively seeking its next challenge in the automotive industry. You see how precise that is? How this kind of sells something as opposed to just saying actively seeking a new opportunity. Because then, if I look at your profile, I will know exactly what you can do, the problem that you can solve in my organization, and you're being even more specific about the type of industry that you want to go towards. Or you can say something like seeking new opportunities to drive business revenue and growth, leveraging a decade of sales expertise. So this is really attention grabbing. It's exciting to read. You're selling yourself. It's a bit more captivating than, like as I said before, actively seeking my next challenge. So just try to be specific about who you are and what you're looking for. And I have plenty of examples. You can actually Google some if you're kind of not really sure about what to put, but things like, for example, let's say you're a financial analyst, you can say financial analyst crunching numbers to unlock opportunities, or HR specialist empowering talent for organizational excellence. Things that sounds nice and that are good to read because it's going to follow you every time you post, you engage, you comment. On to the next slide for background photos. So your LinkedIn background image is your opportunity to create a positive first impression that matters. Images are often more powerful than words alone, right? So a noteworthy fact about LinkedIn background photos is that they offer an opportunity to personalize your profile and make a strong first impression. So, by choosing an appropriate and eye catching background image, you can convey your professional brand, showcase your interest, or highlight your industry expertise, which will, at the end of the day, just add depth to your LinkedIn profile. So, on the left here on this slide, what you'll find is the default background photo that's automatically provided by LinkedIn. While it's not necessarily a poor choice, selecting a personalized background photo that truly represents your professional identity can make a more appealing impression. If you're unsure about which background to select, you can find some examples on the right. And a good rule of thumb for you here when you're thinking about, oh, What kind of picture can I put? Well, your workspace, a picture of an office space, a desk, a work environment. It's a simple way to connote professionalism. Or it could be a product or service that you're selling. You could feature an image of that actual product, the service you're offering. If you're an entrepreneur, it could be the product that you're launching. Anything really that will intrigue potential buyers, in this case, partners, investors, or people that look at your profile. It could even be, and I saw some of those examples on LinkedIn, you doing your work. An image really can be worth 1,000 words when you feature an image of you doing your actual work. So think about, for example, if you're a creator like a writer, you could have someone take a natural shot of you drafting ideas on paper or typing on your laptop. Or if you're a speaker, you could show a picture of you speaking. Those are just creative ways to think about what could a good background picture look like. Or it could even be the company that you work for or your company as a good background to use. If none of these examples kind of speak or resonate with you, just put a picture that resonates with you, that speaks to your brand, that kind of just is exactly representing who you are as a professional or on a personal level. This is, again, your page and your opportunity. So here's kind of like the ultimate vision for your LinkedIn profile. So take a look at your profile right now. What does it look like? Think about all those great things that we've shared with you today. And this is ultimately where you want it to go. A captivating photo of you with a confident smile, showcasing your best self, a compelling header that defines your identity and the issues that you address, and a background image that either reflects your personal brand or aligns with the company that you're associated with. Now, content strategy. Now that you have a great profile, that everything is kind of optimized, that it really reflects who you are, you want to start putting content out there because this is how you're going to get people to see you, engage with you, and connect with you. And if you wonder, okay, well, what type of content can I share? Well, there's various types of content that you can share on LinkedIn. For instance, did you know that posting content regularly can significantly boost your visibility and engagement on the platform? So, when we think about what you can post, articles. Publishing articles on LinkedIn is an excellent way to share in depth insights, industry knowledge, and thought leadership. These articles can establish you as an authority in your field, attracting connections and followers interested in your expertise. When you post an article, however, a good rule of thumb here is to write something like interesting article about the challenges of recruitment in 2024. Let's say that the article that you post is around recruitment. Or hybrid is the preferred way of working. Here's an article that I thought was interesting. Just make sure that you add a little note prior to sharing your article, just so that it reinforces the content of what you're about to share to incentivize people to read it. Another great thing is simply to post something, right? You can just write a post. A regular status update or short posts are quick ways to share your thoughts, ideas, updates with your network. These posts often appear in the feeds of your connections. You can talk about causes that are important to you, you even going for a hike and how amazing you felt afterwards. Could be an experience that you've been through, or just really any topic that resonates with you. This is your brand, it's your page. What you need to do, however, when you post is just to be consistent with what you post and how you post, because this is really the trick to building a brand on LinkedIn. And videos, finally. Video content is gaining traction on LinkedIn. You're going to notice that there's way more interest when there's a video, when there's something in movement. And you can create, if you want, or share videos that offers anything that you're interested in, or even interview, like videos of you sharing your professional journey. If you're feeling comfortable, of course, it's not everyone that's comfortable with sharing videos of themselves, but it could be another video that you find interesting on LinkedIn, because videos tend to capture attention and can boost your engagement levels significantly. A good question that I get often is, how can I get more engagement when posting? I post something and I'm not getting any traction. So the engagement and views you receive on LinkedIn will vary depending on various factors, including the content that you post, your network, and how well you promote your posts. However, as a general guideline, posts with images or videos, as I said before, tend to receive higher engagement compared to plain text posts. And when we think about the reason why, It's a bit because images are more visually appealing. It's more eye-catching. It draws people attention as they scroll through their LinkedIn feed. So even yourself, if you were on your LinkedIn scrolling down, you're probably going to be more interested in reading or looking at something when there's a video or an image. That's just the way it is. And it's also like a great way to be storytelling. Visuals can evoke emotions and make your content more memorable and higher engagement. When we think about LinkedIn's algorithm, it will prioritize content with higher engagement. So visual content tends to receive more likes, comments, and shares, which will automatically, through LinkedIn algorithm, boost your post visibility and therefore your profile. And when we think about visual content in general, it tends to perform better. When you are thinking of posting an image or a video, just make sure that you use, on the next slide, I have some examples of, high quality images and videos, compelling captions to add context, as I said, to your visual content. You need to post consistently to keep your audience engaged. So if you post once every 3 months, you're not going to get the same engagement as if you decide to post once every week. Consistency is really what gets people attracted to your posts. People get to see you more when you're showing more of yourself or your posts. That's when your name is going to start showing up. And think about one thing. We're going to talk about connections afterwards, but when you post on LinkedIn, your immediate connections will see you, but whenever they engage with your post, their network is going to see you too. And that's really how more people are connected to you and want to connect with you. On the next slide, we're going to talk about hashtags. I don't know if many of you know that, but LinkedIn also use hashtags. Using hashtags on LinkedIn can be a highly effective strategy for connecting and engaging with a broader and more relevant audience. So here's an overview of the most followed hashtags on LinkedIn. You can feel free to search them or add them when you post. So if you were to post something, you can put a hashtag. You can use one of the most followed hashtag because that just means that more people are going to see it. And of course, if you find it to be relevant, and that's just in order to increase your reach. Feel free to add them to your posts, as many as you want. You can have 20 different hashtags in one post if you want to. And if you need to search something specific, let's say that you're interested in personal branding or you're interested in recruitment or jobs, you can just literally go on LinkedIn and search hashtag jobs, and you'll have all the posts that are related to that specific hashtag. So it's a very unique and strategic way to boost your content discovery beyond your network, to connect you with like-minded professionals, to position you as an industry expert, to engage in trending discussions, to focus on your feed on interest. So if you start using hashtags on your post, or if you start searching for hashtags, LinkedIn will understand this algorithm and really just push some content that's based on your interest naturally on your profile. It's going to connect you with event attendees, and it will overall strengthen your brand recognition. So overall, LinkedIn hashtags will help you find and connect with people in your industry. It will help you expand your organic reach and, finger crossed, go viral. And it will promote your events, your products, and of course, your profile. The next question that I get asked a lot is, okay, so now that I know what to post, now that my profile is optimized, when do I post? And that's such an important and great question. And this is why. Determining the best time to post on LinkedIn will have a significant big impact on the visibility and engagement of your content. So on this slide, we've outlined the times, and this is in EST time, Eastern time, if ever you're wondering, where you can anticipate a broader reach thanks to the LinkedIn algorithm. So at 6 p.m., 6 a.m., sorry, on Sunday, 11 a.m. on Monday, between 6 and 8 a.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday at noon, Thursday at 2 p.m., 8 a.m. on Friday, and Saturday between 4 and 5 a.m. So those are interesting things to take into consideration if you were to push some content, just because there's a bit more people during these times that are seeing, engaging based on what we were able to gather on LinkedIn. So generally speaking, I think it's, yes, important to know when you need to post, but also understand your audience. So when we go back to the data analytics component of your profile, you're able to see who are the people that are on your profile, who are the people that are engaging with your content, and you can pretty much understand that audience and consider factors like their geographic location, the industry they're in, their job, to kind of play with their time zone, because that will heavily influence the ideal postal times. Weekdays versus weekends. LinkedIn engagement tends to be higher on weekdays, particularly as we can see here from Tuesday to Thursday. However, some professionals may also browse LinkedIn on the weekends. So I think it's just more something that people that are job hunting tend to do when they're seeking career-related content. Morning versus afternoon. As we can see, it's a bit more popular in the morning than the afternoon. And generally speaking, we want to avoid peak hours. Peak hours, maybe there's a lot of people that are on LinkedIn at the same time. So your target audience may be overwhelmed with other LinkedIn activity. So lunchtime is really on Wednesday. That's when we're seeing a really good surge. But if you post on lunchtime on the other days of the week, it's not ideal because it will reduce the visibility of your content. So those are good things to remember, of course, when we think about when do I post, now that I know what I want to post. We will just kind of make sure that you are building your LinkedIn network, and that involves connecting with individuals and actively posting so that others can connect with you. When we think about who should I connect with, let's focus on that. So think of connecting with people that are relevant professionals. For example, let's say that you're job hunting, you want to connect with HR professionals, people that work with companies that you would want to work for. But most importantly, connect with us here at Adecco, depending on the location you would want to work in. Our staffing professionals are really here to help, and we constantly post the jobs that we're currently hiring for on our own LinkedIn profile, on our Adecco page, so that you're kind of updated with what's going on. But when you think about who should I want to connect with, think about who you want to have in your network and then add them. If you're interested in a specific company, add some team members that work there. The goal is to have them accept your connection. And when you connect with a professional, really important to customize your connection request. When you request to be connected to someone, there will be an automatic message that says, I'd like to add you to my professional network on LinkedIn. So that's automatically generated by LinkedIn the second that you connect with someone on LinkedIn. But what I would recommend you to do is to change that into something more customized depending on your goal. This is really your opportunity with making sure that the people that you're connecting with is noticing you and keeping you in mind. So let's say that you're job hunting. You could write something like, I have 10 years of experience in customer service, and I'm highly interested with a customer service manager role in the Montreal area that you currently have open in your organization. That's kind of, oh, let me take a look at that person's profile because that person's being really specific about a role in my organization that I'm hiring for. So that just kind of puts people in a better position to remember you. Or it could be something like, I have a special formula to help your organization save time and money with the product that I'm selling, in case you're in a sales role and you want to add someone that could be a future client. So customizing is a very important part of the journey on LinkedIn to make sure you add people that are not only relevant to your network, but that will want to add you back. And lastly, when we think about the other, when we're going to move to recommendation and endorsement onto the next slide, super important because recommendations and endorsement on LinkedIn are crucial aspects of your professional profile, and that can significantly enhance your credibility, your trustworthiness, and visibility within your network. So here's why they're important. Social proof. Recommendations and endorsements serves as a social proof of your skills and expertise. So when connections vouch for your abilities through recommendation and endorse your skills, it really validates your professional qualifications and achievements. So if I'm a recruiter and I stumble upon your profile and you've applied to a customer service role, for example, and I see that a lot of people are recommending you as a customer service representative or a customer service manager, and people are not only recommending you, but also endorsing you on those particular skills that you've outlined in your profile, it just gives me a social proof that you're indeed a great candidate. Credibility. Having colleagues, supervisors, or clients write recommendations for you will demonstrate that you have made a positive impact in your professional relationship. And these testimonials provide a third-party perspective on your capabilities, reinforcing your credibility. So again, you know, when you particularly you're looking for a role or a job and we're asking you for references, this is also a really great opportunity to guide employers into your LinkedIn profile and make sure that they read recommendations that people kind of took time to put on your profile as well. And visibility. So LinkedIn algorithm will take account the number of endorsement and recommendations that you have when ranking profiles in search results. I don't know if you knew this, but profile with more endorsements and recommendations, they tend to appear higher in search results, and that automatically increases your visibility to potential employers, collaborators, or clients. And again, personal branding. Recommendation and endorsements will contribute to your personal branding efforts. They highlight your strengths, unique skills, and areas of expertise, helping you stand out in a crowded professional landscape. So just make sure you identify the right contact. Choose contacts who are familiar with your work. And just, this could be colleagues, supervisor, mentors, or clients. Personalize your request. Same way you personalize your connection, personalize your request. So when you're sending a recommendation request, write a personalized message explaining why you value their opinion and how their recommendation would benefit you. You can also, and that's my biggest advice to you, provide guidance. So make it easy for the recommender by suggesting specific aspects or projects that they could focus on in their recommendation. For example, let's say that you're applying for a project manager, you want your recommendation to kind of craft something around a project management skill that that person kind of noticed while you collaborated with them on a specific project. Just anything really that will help you stand out in your job search. And follow up. So if someone agrees to write a recommendation, thank them promptly and provide any additional information that they may need. You can also set a deadline to ensure the recommendation is completed in a timely manner. And so finally, groups and communities. You can join and participate on certain LinkedIn groups that exist, just that you can add more people in your network. You can find and engage with industry-specific communities, and you can follow companies that you are interested in, and of course, the Adecco LinkedIn page. And so just remember that you can use LinkedIn for job searches and networking. You can leverage connections for referrals, and you can follow the Adecco page and be on the lookout for all the opportunities that we have opened. You can apply when you feel that one opportunity is best aligned with your interest, and add people that are kind of searching for, that are currently on the search for this role, to kind of connect with them afterward. Don't forget to send them a personalized note if you were to add them on your network. And so here below, you'll find a QR code that allows you to connect with me directly on LinkedIn on the left-hand side, enabling us to stay in touch after this session and interact with my posts as well. You'll see I'm quite active. And additionally, there's another QR code to follow the Adecco page. We consistently share job listings and insightful articles, and you're welcome to join us and participate in our discussions. So please feel free to connect with us and engage in our content. Thank you so much. And again, apologies for what happened earlier in the technical difficulties. I hope you've enjoyed the session. And I just want to open up the room for some Q&A. Again, I'm going to read most of them because I can't really hear anything. So I'll be more chatting if that's okay.
Thank you so much, Rim. That was super insightful. And those are some great tips that I know I personally am going to take with me to apply to my LinkedIn.
I'm just going to try to see if I can fix my microphone.
Okay, so I don't think.
But I'm actually, since I can't hear anything right now, what I'm going to do is read any questions that I'm seeing in the chat right now. So I think that's going to be the best way to go ahead with this technical issue, to say the least. So I'm seeing here a question from, well, Cesar Alvarez said, gotta go, great advice from. Thank you, you're welcome. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Stephen is asking, how do we get recommendations on LinkedIn? So actually recommendations is really you that will have to ask your specific network. So somebody that you've worked with in the past, your previous supervisor, someone that's trustworthy, that you feel could provide you with a good recommendation. And there's an opportunity on your LinkedIn page to go to a recommendation. So you'll see it's on your profile. It's actually something that you have access to, and this is where you'll be able to ask for recommendation. There's actually a little button that you can press on to send some recommendations to people's. How would we post it on LinkedIn? Just want to make sure that I'm getting this question right. So how would we post it on LinkedIn? Meaning, how do we post on LinkedIn? Just want to make sure I get that right, Stephen, before answering it. Oh, so it's automatically, Stephen, I just got your question right. How do we post a recommendation? The second that someone recommends you, you will get a notification in your message, and it will ask you if you want that recommendation to be featured on your profile. And the good thing to do there is just to say yes. And when you press yes, it's automatically going to be reflected on your profile. You're welcome, Stephen. Kevin, how do one hide their open to new job opportunities or their current job searches on LinkedIn from one's current employer? So that's a good question. I will, Kevin, I will reach out directly to you and share that information with you just so that I can show you the technicality. So we'll follow up on that question directly by email, Kevin. Thank you for tuning in, Kevin, by the way. What are your recos on networking without LinkedIn Premium? Premium is just too expensive monthly currently. So if there's any in-mail ideas without it, would welcome to hear about it. Yep. So the proper way to increase your networking is really when you start posting content, when you start sharing things, and so just being a bit more strategic about the way you push your content and what you post. The reason is people will start seeing you and people will add you as opposed to you having to add them, because it's a good point, Brandon, that you're bringing. On LinkedIn there's a limit if you're not on a premium. If you don't have a premium page, you're limited as far as how many people you can add to your network on a daily basis. So a good strategy here is to make sure people add you as opposed to you adding. But I think the max is now 10 or 15 per day if you're not on premium. I have to check that number just to make sure. In this case, just make sure that you add 15 a day. 15 a day is better than none a day. And by the end of the month, if you do the math, it's quite a good number that you can have in your network anyway. So be just strategic and intentional with the people that you decide to add. But I would say it's a mix of you posting, being visible, and adding on a daily basis. Hi, Rim. Great insights. Some of them are news even after following the platform for some time now. Awesome. Awesome, Jay. I'm hardworking, dependable, quick learning. Good. So Renato, just to add to this, think about those as being skills and make sure that they're reflected, skills that showcase that you you've proven yourself as a reliable, as a hardworking individual. So just think about how do these reflect as skills. Make sure that they're reflected on your profile and have people endorse it. Have people just confirm that you were able to showcase these amazing skills when they were working with you, because as we remember, being endorsed just kind of pushes the algorithm in your favor. Do hiring manager take a lot of time to fill a position in Canada, and how references can help in this process? So this is kind of more of a question, maybe another session that we have today that will be able to answer that for you, Jay. But when we think about references on LinkedIn, it's really recommendations. This will really act as a good reference on the platform. So make sure that you have a good amount of recommendation. The good rule of thumb, number 3. 3 is a good number of recommendations to have, the more the merrier. But if you can have 3 as a starting point, that will be a great thing to do. So Diana, I think it's a great question. The question is how the tech market right now. I'm a recent project management graduate from Conestoga College, actively looking for IT jobs. Hard to find one so far. You have any advice on this? What I can tell you as far as LinkedIn and how to manage your LinkedIn, try to follow use hashtags to find anything that is IT related to get more insights on what's happening right now. Connect with people that are professionals like you in this space and kind of gather insights on what's happening, just so that you can exchange with people that have a good idea of what's happening right now in the market, specifically with IT jobs. Definitely follow companies that you're interested with. Make sure that you add people as much as you can that are working with companies that you're interested with. Be on the lookout at the job postings in regards to the roles that you're looking for by adding these companies directly on your LinkedIn so that you can follow their page and follow anything that they post. And just make sure that you're visible, that you're using the right strategy, that you're branding yourself in a way where people are going to start seeing you. This is really your opportunity to be seen by the right people. So sometimes you could be actively looking, but if you're actively consistently posting, engaging with your network, you're going to open up a brand new range of opportunities you never thought existed. So really your opportunity right now, as you're looking for a role in IT, to enhance your profile and make you more visible to the right people. Yes, Jay, I think LinkedIn Learning, Udemy certificates are always adding value. And actually, a really good point that you're bringing here, whenever you complete one of them, make sure to add them in your curriculum on LinkedIn, just so that it could state what kind of classes, what kind of courses you've been ongoing, pursuing, completing. That gives a lot of great it gives a lot of it gives a good look to your profile as well. So regardless of whether they're from associations or not, it's still really good to have them on your profile. I think we're good for questions. As I'm seeing right now, thank you everyone. And yes, don't hesitate to reach out to me on LinkedIn, and of course add the Adecco page as well to be updated with everything that we post daily.